This video will talk to you about the mineral property of hardness. The hardness of a mineral tells us how easily a mineral can resist being scratched. To help us with this, we use the Mohs scale of hardness. It is a relative scale that tells us how hard different materials are, and then we can use them to scratch different minerals and see how hard the minerals are compared to known objects. This image shows the hardness of common objects that we can use to determine the hardness of a mineral. You'll notice a fingernail has a hardness of 2.5, a nail has a hardness of 4.5, and a glass plate has a hardness of 5.5. These are the three objects we'll use in class to determine the hardness of the minerals we'll be observing. The first test you'll do is to try scratching the mineral with your fingernail. Your fingernail has a hardness of about 2.5. If you can scratch the mineral with your fingernail, it tells you that the hardness is somewhere between 0 and 2.5 because your fingernail was hard enough to scratch the mineral. The mineral has to be softer than your fingernail. Next, you'll scratch with a steel nail. The steel nails that we have a hardness of about 5. Steel is an alloy, so they're all slightly different hardness. But if you can scratch the mineral with a steel nail, then it is harder than a fingernail, so it is between 2.5 and the steel nail is 5, so the hardness would be between 2.5 and 5. If you still can't scratch it with a steel nail, you go on to the next step. The final step is to see if you can scratch glass with the mineral. If you can scratch glass, then the hardness is above 6 because glass has a hardness of 6. If you are not able to scratch the glass, you might want to go back and double check your steel nail test. There are very few minerals that are between 5 and 6. So scratching the glass is just to ensure that your tests have been correct and that you have a mineral that is harder than 6. When you're done with your hardness test, write the range of the hardness on your handout, and you'll use that along with your mineral identification sheet to compare all of the mineral properties to determine which mineral you're looking at.